What's up? I'm back with another trip report. I still got a few left, so this one might be a little short, and if it is, I'll post it. I'll post another one. But I'm gonna talk about when I took DXM, or I was coming down off of DXM, off of a bunch of DXM. Homeless guy smoked me out. I took DXM. I took DPH. I took DMH. And yeah, I saw some crazy shit. So I was in ninth grade. There wasn't any school that day. Yeah, there wasn't any school that day. So I was already coming down off of a bunch of DXM. I don't know how much. Probably like 3, 4, 5, 600 milligrams, like something like that. You know, some shit I would usually take. And I was coming down, and I was dry. I had nothing. I had no more weed. I think I had a little bit of Benadryl, and that wasn't gonna cut it. So I was at the park. I was chilling at the park that I always chill at and get high at. And like a few minutes down the road is a Family Dollar. So I went to the Family Dollar, right? I bought a bunch of DMH. If you don't know, DMH is a diamond hydronate. It's pretty much DPH, diphenhydramine, but except it has like a caffeine like stimulant attached to it almost, because I think it's supposed to be like a non-drowsy thing version of Benadryl. So it has like this stimulant thing to it, not like a stimulant like Addy or like meth or something, but like I've heard it being compared to caffeine, so that's what I'm gonna say. But I bought a bunch of those, and I might have gotten some more Benadryl. Maybe not, I don't know. I think I might have just gotten the DMH. So I go back to the park, and one of my favorite homeless people was there. Thank God, right? So I took the Alright, my bad. But where was I? Oh yeah, one of my favorite homeless people was there. So he smoked. Well, I took the DPH. I took like, I don't know. I maybe like 150 to 250 milligrams. Not a whole bunch, recreational wise. And then I got the DMH, and I don't know how much I took. I think I took like all of it. So I was coming down off DXM. I could still feel it, but like, when you're like an addict, and you know how like mad you get when like you're fiending, right? Like you have no drugs and you're just on the, like, your head's about to pop. You're filled with rage. You're searching everything, right? Imagine that kind of rage. But okay, so have you ever seen those videos where like they give the dog a dog bowl with nothing in it and it doesn't care? And then you put one piece of dog food in it and the dog sees it and it flips out? That's pretty much how I was feeling. Right? Like I could feel the DXM, I could feel it a little bit, but I want to be higher. This isn't high enough. So I'm getting extremely mad and like irritated. So yeah, so I took the DMH, I took the DPH. And dude smoked me out. We smoked like a blunt or two. I think we just smoked one blunt and maybe a few bowls, I don't know. But we smoked, and we were just talking about random shit, like about some games or whatever. And it kicked in. Everything kicked in by this time. and I'm fucked. Right, I'm full Benadryl brain dead, zombie. I'm not there. So he was like, at the time this new Ghost Recon game was coming out, and he was like, "Yo, have you seen the trailer for the new Ghost Recon game?" And I'm like, "No, I don't really know nothing about that." And he's like, "Let me show you the trailer." And I wasn't focusing on the trailer. I couldn't focus on the trailer, but he's showing me the video. And then what I thought was an ad, for some reason, your mind, on Deliriance, man, your mind, you see the most crazy shit and it's like, oh, yeah, that's normal, But I caught myself this time. So I'm watching the trailer. I'm not even kidding, man. I'm not even kidding. It was like some hentai shit. It was like, there was this huge, like anime girl or whatever with a huge cock. And she was like ramming this other girl or whatever. But it was hentai. It was like in this cartoon style thing. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was an ad. And the trailer goes on, and I start thinking, damn, that was a weird ad. That ad's pretty weird. And I told him to rewind it, right? Because I want to see the ad again to make sure I saw it right. Totally, right? And I swear to God, in the same exact spot, I see it again. Like in the same exact moment of the video, it happened again, and it was the same thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I keep telling him to rewind it. I told him, I'm not even kidding, maybe like 7, 8, 9 times to keep rewinding it to see it again. Not because I wanted to see it, because I didn't know if I was tripping or not. Or I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because I kind of thought this was an ad. But by like the 3rd, 4th time that he showed me, I realized this wasn't an ad. No ad. This wouldn't be no ad. Like, no hentai trap is gonna be fucking this. Not some hentai shit. Nah, bro, nah. But and he's like, why do you keep telling me to rewind it to this specific part? And I'm like, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell him. And I'm like, do you see the hentai femboy, whatever, with the big cock slamming that girl? And he looks at me, he's like, what the fuck are you on? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, damn, I'm sorry, man. I keep seeing it, man. Like, in the same exact spot, man. It's tripping me out. And, I think he just turns off the trailer. And he was saying something, and I said, well, in case you haven't noticed, I'm on a bunch of drugs. I'm on Benadryl. I'm on, what's the brand name for diamond hydrogenate? Damn, I can't remember. I don't know. It was some motion sickness pill, but it's like, yeah, I'm coming down off of DXM. I just smoked like this big ass wood with you, right? And I'm on DPH and DMH. And I told him what they were. And I guess I was hallucinating, right? And he said something that stuck with me forever. Like, this has been years ago. And he said, oh, I can tell what your priorities are. Yeah, that really got to me. I don't know, it was my getting high was my only priority, so I mean, he was right, but it was like, damn, that really hit me. But we started like making conversation again, right? And I told him I used to do karate. I used to go to karate like classes. And now I was either I was like one stripe away from a black belt, or I was a black belt before I quit. And I was telling him that, and he's like, "Oh, where'd you go?" And I told him the name, and he's like, "Nah, I don't really know where that's at." And I keep trying to tell him like where it's at, and I'm probably giving him like the complete wrong directions. I don't know. I buy the Publix, I keep saying some general shit, like some like it's not very specific. And he's like, I'm going Google Maps. Just show me on Google Maps. And I'm like, okay, I the city or the town, whatever area I live in, I know pretty well, right? I can go on Google Maps and go, like, if I want to find a place, I know where it's at. But not on the shit that I was on. I'm searching for like, it felt like 30 minutes, like 20, 30 minutes of me just searching. But the thing was, he would give me the phone, and I would be scrolling, like I'll be looking at his phone, and I'll be trying to look for it, or look for that little plaza that it was in. And every few seconds, I swear, it was like every second or every few seconds, I would forget what I was doing. So I'll be scrolling through his phone, or scrolling through Google Maps. And I'm thinking, why am I on Google Maps? And then I would tell him, the homeless dude, I would tell him like, hey, what am I doing with your phone? And it's like, you're showing me where you went to karate. I'm like, oh yeah. And I search a second later, what am I doing? It's like, you're searching for where you went to karate at. I'm like, oh yeah. Search again, 2 seconds later, what am I doing on your phone? Like, I swear that happened like 20, 30 times before we just gave up. And my memory isn't so well after that point. He left at some point, and it was just me. And apparently I'm getting even higher, right? I guess the DPH and DMH hasn't even kicked in all the way yet. So I'm tripping out. I feel horrible, right? And I feel this, like, if you've done Benadryl or DMH, or if you've withdrawn from like certain drugs, about like the brain zaps, or just the zaps in general. I was having full-blown like brain zaps, but they weren't quitting. It was just constant brain zaps. And it felt like my head was an antenna, and it was and it felt like just a bunch of electricity was just coming into my head. It was just like routing into my head. And I thought I was like on the verge of a seizure. I probably was. And all my head was just static and like zaps. And I could barely think. Right? And I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm like, I think I'm on the verge of passing out, or feeling like I'm gonna pass out. Because I think I was dehydrated too. Because it was like a hot day, and I hadn't drink anything. I don't think. And I don't think I ate anything that day either. Like, at that point in time in my life, I wasn't really eating or drinking much anyway. But I was out there, and I could hear the static. I could hear it coming from the pavilion that I was under, right? I can hear the static, and it's so fucking loud. And I'm like, oh fucking god, man, stop. Like, I don't want to do this no more. This sucks. And I kind of like zone out, and then I guess you wouldn't really know if you haven't done like Deliriance, but sometimes when like you don't even have to stare, but like you're just looking in a direction or something, or like you're looking in the hallway, and all of a sudden there's like this reality just shifts, right? Or like it twitches, reality twitches, and then like there's a hallucination there, right? So I'm just looking out at the rest of the park because I'm all the way in the back in the corner pavilion, and I'm just looking at the park, and then like reality shifts, and then there's this like translucent dude. He's bald. I'm pretty sure he was bald. I don't know what he was wearing. I mean, I don't think he was wearing anything, but he's translucent and he has these little like stars in him. Like these little specks of stars all in him and all in his head and all in his body and legs and shit. And he's pretty tall. Like probably like 6 feet tall or something, like way taller than me. And there was a tree right behind him that was translucent also, that appeared with him. But the thing was his arms were like dislocated and broken behind him like this, and he was hugging the tree behind him. Like his arms are, but it, like not like the way I'm doing it, but like his arm, it was broken. His arms were just broken or dislocated, you know, some weird shit. And I'm looking at him. He's just staring at me. He's not saying anything. He's not blinking. He's just staring at me, right? With a blank face, just you know. And it's like at the time, I didn't think anything of it. I was just looking at it, and then like, you know, reality twitches again, and he's gone. And then I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? You know, and that's not my only time seeing him. That was my first time seeing him. I saw him 1 or 2 other times. I saw him at school one time. I was off of a bunch of Benadryl at school, and I saw him. He was crouching down in front of the glass by the outlet, and he was messing with the outlet. But either way, what else happened? I think I was trying to go to I might have missed something. Fuck. I don't know if that's the same trip. No, it wasn't, because Pops was there. Alright, so I was trying to go to the other pavilion, the one in the middle, because that's the one I usually go to. And I'm walking over there, right? And there's a tree stump. I think there was a tree that was just recently cut down, or that's been cut down for a while, and there's just a tree stump right next to the to the pavilion. And I'm like halfway over to the pavilion, or not halfway, but I'm like 7, 8 like steps away from the pavilion. And all of a sudden I just stop and I start staring at this tree stump. And like I said before, and I think in my past videos, that when you stare, it makes the hallucinations way worse. And so I'm zoning out. I'm not even trying to stare, you know. I just did it, you know. I'm just I'm just staring, right? And the tree stump turns into a fucking monster. This tree stump monster has these big, I can't really explain it too well. I don't remember it too well. It just looked like a monster. Had these eyes, had these like this big mouth. I think it had sharp teeth. It looked evil as fuck. It looked like something like a out of Halloween, like a jack-o'-lantern, like a scary jack-o'-lantern or something. It's kind of what it looked like. And then I keep staring, and I'm looking, I'm like, and this time I realized that I'm seeing some shit. And I'm like, holy shit, like, this is kind of cool, but it's also kind of fucked, right? So, I'm just staring, and I'm staring at it some more. And this tree stump turned into a portal, like almost from like Rick and Morty, but it was purple. This big portal, right? Bigger than me. And it's purple, I think. Oh, no, wait, no, wait. That might have... Was that before? No, I think it turned into a doorway. It turned into a door, and the door was open. And then it turned into a portal? Yeah, I think that happened. The portal thing might not even happen. I might be just imagining that. But I know it turned into a door. This big door that was open. And I couldn't really see what was on the other side of the door. But either way, yeah, it was some fuck shit. And that was the last thing I remember. I think I sat down at the pavilion, but I don't know what I was doing. I probably maybe went home or something. But I don't remember a single thing after that. Nope, I don't. So, yeah, that was it. Don't ever do DPH. Don't ever do DMH. Stay away from DXM2. No, it's not as bad as Deliriance, but if you abuse it, it can be. And never mix them, too. Don't counter flip. No, do nothing. Oh, I used to nightmare flip. I used to take acid and Benadryl. I've done that like twice, and it was horrible every time. I might tell a triple pour about that. I don't remember much about it, but maybe it'll be part of the short, one of the short stories. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm probably gonna make another video pretty soon. But yeah, it's just fucked. I could have died 100%. I was dehydrated. I was on all these drugs. And I'm seeing all this weird shit, and I'm just roaming around the park, right? Like, I could have got picked up and arrested or something. It's fucked. But I was a stupid 9th grader, so yeah. But yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next video.